Tonight, the LA Times reporting a California hospital is facing a federal civil rights investigation for the way it treats black women giving birth there.
My wife would be here with her boys if it wasn't for the color of her skin.
The death of 39-year-old Kira Johnson initiating the scrutiny after her husband filed a civil rights lawsuit against Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. It was later settled. Kira and her husband Charles, already parents to one son, a picture-perfect family, when she died after a scheduled C-section delivery of their second child in 2016.
After allowing my wife to bleed and suffer needlessly, while my family and myself begged and pleaded for them to simply just treat her with dignity and respect.
The case bolstered by this video deposition from Angelique Washington, a former surgical technician at Cedars-Sinai who was in Kira's operating room.
The room started to look like a murder scene, a crime scene. It started blood everywhere. I knew it didn't feel good.
The LA Times reporting on the investigation after reviewing a letter sent to Kira's husband Charles from the Federal Department of Health and Human Services, stating the department is reviewing the allegations. NBC News also obtaining the letter that says in part, the HHS Office of Civil Rights, quote, is aware of allegations that black women are provided a standard of care below what is provided to other women who are not black when receiving health care services related to labor and delivery. HHS confirming the investigation to the LA Times. NBC News has not heard back from the department. The CDC says in 2021, the maternal mortality rate for black women was 69.9 deaths per 100,000 live births. That's 2.6 times the rate for white women.
It has to do with racism in society, racism in healthcare, bias amongst healthcare professionals. So we're seeing a disproportionate number of deaths.
A Cedars-Sinai spokesperson declining to comment on the investigation, but telling NBC News Cedars-Sinai clinicians, leaders, and researchers have long been concerned with national disparities in black maternal health, and we are proud of the work we've done and continue to do to address these issues. Kira's husband also filing a lawsuit against her doctor for gross negligence, receiving a $1 million settlement, and filing an additional suit against the hospital that was also settled. Johnson vowing that the pain his family has endured will shed light on the devastating consequences.
Kira's legacy will be that this is no longer allowed to happen anyplace.
And Valerie Castro joins us now in studio. Valerie, the statistics alone should be enough to make us all stop and think about this. But seeing Kira, her family, the life she had, and knowing she is no longer here, that's a gut punch. Were you able to speak with her husband tonight?
Allison, it's a